Okay. Yes, Ritika.
Sir, Shravya here with me when I'm attending.
Hi, sir.
Shravya with you. Okay. Hi, Shravya. How about here?
I'm also here.
Wonderful. This is called optimal usage of data. All right. So let's get started. So first of all, a quick question to you all. Who all got a chance to see what all we are going to cover today in the class?
I saw what we were doing in class today.
I'm sorry?
I saw it too. I saw the message in my group
Okay.
chat.
Okay. So we are going to talk about circle equations. Okay. And we'll try playing around with circle equation as much as we can. So first of all, what do we mean by circle equation? Who knows what is meant by a circle equation? Or who has acquaintance with circle equation? Anybody? Everybody knows what is equation, right? Something that has an equal to sign into it. So, if I write an equation, I would essentially be writing it like, let's say x squared plus 4x plus 7. I mean, again, 7 is my favorite number, I don't know why. Equals something. Let's say this. This is an equation because it has an equal to sign. So when I say what is a circle equation, what would be your going in position? How would you interpret that, okay, what we are going to deal with today? Yes, Ishwari.
I think it's like r squared equals x minus like the coordinates of like x
Okay.
minus, and it's like h comma k.
Okay. Okay. So that's a loaded answer for a very simple question. I think you have encountered this, and that's why you are able to give me a very specific answer. But if I start, I mean, like every topic that when we pick up, we start from ground zero. So when we talk about a circle equation, it's nothing but an equation which represents a circle. Is that a fair statement? So, like if you guys recall, if I say y equals 3x plus, not 7 this time, 8. If I say this, everybody will say that yes, this is a linear equation because this represents a straight line, correct? In a coordinate plane, if you try plotting this, you'll end up drawing a straight line. That's why it's called linear equation. Similarly, a circle equation means an equation that represents a circle. Is that a fair starting point? Okay. Now, why Ishwari was even giving us such a cryptic answer saying r square equals x minus h square plus y minus k square. Ishwari was saying something like this. And that's the right answer. But then, I don't want to start with that. What we want to do instead is, let's understand how this equation came into existence in the first place. Because if we know the root of these problems, if we know the concept behind, it becomes much easier to relate things. Now, you guys would have seen that I've become an expert when it comes to drawing a circle. This looks pretty much like a circle. Now, let's say, when you talk about a circle, you essentially talk about two things. You talk about the center, let's call it O, and then we talk about radius, which is nothing but the distance from the center to each and every point on the perimeter of the circle. Yeah? Now, let's visualize this circle in a coordinate plane. This is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. So if I'm talking about this as a radius, let's say this is point H and K, meaning this center has a coordinate H and a K, meaning on the x-axis, this is the distance of the center, which is nothing but h, and on the y-axis, this is the distance, which is nothing but k. Up to this much clear, right? No, nothing to worry. Now, let's pick up a point here and call it, let's say A. Okay? And assume the coordinates of this point is x and y. What does it mean? If you draw perpendicular from this point onto the x and y axis, this is here to here is nothing but x, here to here is nothing but y. So far, so good, nothing to worry, nothing complicated.
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's break it down, and I would want to convert this into a right angle triangle. Meaning from here, let me draw a perpendicular here, or make this line straight. This is, let's say, A, O, and let's say this is point B, and this is my 90 degree. What happens? This becomes my right angle triangle, OAB. Triangle OAB is my right angle triangle. Now, if I have to find out the radius, length of the radius, what I know is this coordinate of the center, h and k, and I know I have picked up a point on the perimeter which has coordinate x and y. So, what we have done is, from this, we have just extended these lines, and now we know this is triangle OAB is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. I'm just using some junk way to represent this, okay? Right angle triangle, that's what I'm calling it. Even if you don't call it, that's fine. Let's not get confused. This triangle OAB is a right angle triangle. So if I have to find out this radius, which is nothing but the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. And if you recall the Pythagorean theorem, which says hypotenuse squared, let's say this radius is r squared equals OB squared plus, OB squared plus AB squared. So OB squared plus AB squared. Yeah? This is my right angle triangle, and we are saying for this right angle triangle, this radius, which is radius of the circle, is nothing but the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So this square will be equal to this square plus this square. So far clear? Okay. So now what we are doing is, I deleted something that I was not supposed to. So this is nothing but y coordinate of this center, which is this length is k and this length is y. So OB squared, this OB squared will be what? This length minus this length will be this length, yeah? So OB squared will be here to here, which is x, minus this length, which is h, will be equal to x minus h squared. X, we are trying to find out this length. This length will be equal to this length minus this length. This length is h, this length is x. So if you subtract x minus h, you get this length. So x minus h squared plus this AB is nothing but this length minus this length. That will give you this length. So this length here to here is what? Y minus this length, which is nothing but k. So from this we got x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. This essentially becomes our circle equation, where h and k are the coordinates of the center, x and y are any point on the circle, because it represents any point. You pick this point, this formula will hold true. You pick this point, this formula will hold true because all will be radius. So x minus x squared plus y minus k squared gives you the radius squared. That is nothing but your equation of the circle. So now whatever Ishwari said, that is to be believed, and that is what we saw on the board. So equation of circle is nothing but x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals I squared, where coordinates of the center is h comma k and r is the radius of the circle. And you can use this equation for representing any circle for that matter, where this will be your h comma k, this is the coordinate of this one, and x is any point, and any point on the perimeter which has coordinate x and y, the radius will be represented by this equation. Is this part clear so far? Yep.
Yes, sir.
So hereafter we will never try memorizing it in a way saying this is the equation. Or even if you memorize this, you will say that this is the equation of the circle, where h and k are the coordinates of the center and r is the radius. Are we all good with this understanding?
Yes, sir.
Now let's play with this. If I say if a circle has center's coordinates as 3, 6, and one of the point on the perimeter is any point on the perimeter, I'm just picking up one point randomly which has coordinates 6, 10, find out the radius of the circle. Now I have not given you anything. I just told this is the center and this is the one point on the perimeter of the circle. This is the coordinate of the circle center. This is the coordinate of the center of the circle, and these are the coordinates of one of the point on the perimeter. Find out the radius of the circle. Who all can try solving it? And try solving it. Yep, Yartika.
So do you just want the approach or do you want me to solve using numbers?
It will be good if you tell me the approach first.
The approach, so there's 2 points on the coordinate plane, so you can use the distance formula where x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square and square root the entire thing. Then you get the distance is the radius.
Okay. So you are trying to solve it the Pythagorean theorem way. Basically you are saying that you have 2 points.
Yes.
And you are not even wanting to bother about the circle equation. You are saying that this is your one point, this is your center, 3, 6, and this is your one point on the perimeter. Let's assume this is a virtuous circle, which looks more like an ellipse, just because I have less space here. But okay. Now you picked up a point here and saying okay, 6, 10 is this thing. You are not wanting to bother about this. You are saying okay, fine, I will join these 2 lines, these 2 points, and from here I will draw perpendicular downward, and from here I will draw perpendicular this way, and that makes a right angle triangle for me. And if I visualize this in the coordinate plane, this length squared plus this length squared will be this, and this length is nothing but this minus this. So 6 minus 3 squared plus this length, which will be this length minus this length. So this becomes 10 minus 6 squared equal to this length is squared. Let's say this is radius, and then you solve it. So you solve it using the Pythagorean theorem, correct? And even if you don't solve it using Pythagorean theorem, if you happen to recall the formula that we just now learned, you can apply there also, which is nothing but the same, because circle equation has come taking the Pythagorean theorem only as a base. So you can so you know the center, no, the equation. Sorry, the coordinates of the center as 3 and 4, 3 and 6. So instead of h, you wrote 3, and in place of k, you wrote 6. Square equals r square, and you know that one point on the perimeter, which is 6 and 10. So in place of 6x, you wrote 6. In place of y, you wrote 10, and then you did the calculation to find it out. Any which way is fine. So ultimately, you will see that it comes down to a point where you have to first visualize this. These equations or these questions might look tricky to begin with, but then it all gets sorted out if you quickly do the scratch work and try plotting it. You have a question, say, okay, circle. Fine, this is a circle. And your x and y coordinates are given as 3 and 6. Wonderful. Then you have any point in the perimeter given as 6 and 10. Wonderful. So now you see that, okay, both are, all the values for x and y are positive. That means it is falling in the first quadrant somehow. And then you kind of go about either by using Pythagorean theorem or by using the circle equation, whichever you happen to recall at that point in time. Yeah? Alright. So before I move on, let me do a quick roll call and see. Dev, Dhanushri, Ishwari, Chris, everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
Praneeth?
Yes, sir.
Praneeth, Ritika, Sara?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Somebody is missing. Shivatsav is there. So Shivatsav, you are with me? Vaibhav? Okay. How's your throat, Vaibhav? Better? Not yet? Okay, I will not make you guys sing any which way, but I'm just checking. Alright. So this is one thing. Now, this was one type of question that you will deal with. You also might end up dealing with questions like, you have the two endpoints of a diameter in a circle. Two endpoints of the diameter are, let's say, this is a circle, two endpoints of the diameter. So this one and this one, the coordinates are given to you, saying it's 6 minus 8, and let's say 12 minus 16. Okay? Find out the coordinates of the center. Yes, Ritika.
So that's the diameter, right?
Yeah, the two endpoints of the, this is the diameter. Find out the coordinates of the center.
You can find the equidistance, so midpoint. So average of the x coordinate and the y coordinate.
Solve it and let me know.
Okay.
Ananya, are you with me, Vida? I'm checking with everybody, so just randomly picking up names. Savya, here, everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aryan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, I want you guys to solve it, okay? So, I've given the x and y coordinates, the coordinates of the two endpoints of a diameter. I want you guys to tell me the coordinates of the center. Yep, somebody has raised hand.
I just had a question.
Yep.
So, is 12 to negative 16 the diameter?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the y values, 12 to negative 16?
So, these are coordinates, right? So, this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate. This is
Oh.
1 point x coordinate, y coordinate.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sarah and Neil, are you guys with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I mean, don't hesitate to ask me if there's something confusing, okay? Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So you drew a diagram with a straight line, right?
Yeah.
But then the y coordinate should be same when you draw a straight line.
No, I see. I have drawn the straight line. I did not draw the coordinates, right? My coordinates might be somewhere else. My coordinates might be this way.
Okay.
Yeah. So see again. Look at the value that you see on the board, and that would be a source of information to try solving it. Okay. Yes, Ritika.
I think the answer is 9 comma negative 12.
9 comma negative 12. 9 comma negative 12. Okay, I'll take that as a point for now. I will let everybody else solve it, and then I'll come back to the understanding part of it, meaning the approach that you took.
Yes. Okay.
And I need at least 3 more answers, okay? I will not let Ritika drive the discussion. Yes, Aryan.
No, I got the same thing.
You got the same thing?
Yeah,
That-
negative 12.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, if you guys are good friends and you give same answer, that's okay. But I will still ask the reasoning. Yes, Vaibhav. I mean, I'll come back for the reasoning part, okay? Yeah, Vaibhav, go ahead, tell me. Vaibhav is still typing. Okay. Got the same answer, okay? Yeah, Chris.
Yes, sir. I got the same.
Same answer. Okay. Pranit.
I got the same answer, sir.
Okay. Anjika.
I got the same answer too.
Oh no, not right. We don't have much diversity in the class then. Okay. So diversity is good, but not always. If the answer is right, there should not be diversity. Okay. Yeah, Aryan.
Should I explain it?
Yeah, I'll come to you guys. I'm just giving some time to everybody else so that they can all finish. And I'm just trying to get a sense of the fact that everybody is able to follow and using some approach, and they are able to think through it. Okay. I mean, during the exam you will not get time to think, but when we are learning things, we certainly have a little more time. Sivatsav, Ananya, Neil, Sarah, did you guys get your answer? And when I'm calling out the names, right? I mean, the purpose is to get a sense of if everybody is clear with respect to the approach, right? Like I keep bugging you guys with my favorite method, right? This part is the easiest part, okay? Doing is something that is very easy as long as you do everything right in the first 3 steps. So I'm just trying to see if you guys are clear about the first 3 steps. This one you don't have a choice, you have to trust yourself. Have you read the question again and again? Have you done your analysis to figure out how will you come to an approach, and then you do it. So Neil, Sarah, but are you guys able to approach in the right direction? Did you get your answer?
I'm working on it.
Okay. How about you, Ananya? Anjika, you got the same answer, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, okay. Dhanushri, how about you? Yeah. Did you get your answer or you're still working on it?
I have one moment.
Okay, okay. See what's up? Yep.
Sir, I think I got the same answer, but I'm missing a step.
You're missing a step. Okay.
I forgot it.
Okay. Not a problem. I mean, see, when one of us will explain this, then you will be able to relate. It's not a big deal. It's something. It's not something that has to do with the math. It has more to do with the way you visualize it. Okay. So sometimes we think in the right direction. Sometimes we miss the visualization part of it. That is where it ends up taking a little extra time. But yeah, all grades for putting the right effort. Dave, how about you, beta?
Almost, sir.
Say that again. Same answer.
Almost. I
Almost.
think I missed a step.
Okay, okay. All right. So let's try solving it. Okay. So Ritika or Aryan, let's hear Ritika first, and then I'll go to Aryan to understand what was going on in their mind when they were trying to solve it, or what's the approach that they took. Yeah, Ritika.
Actually, when you first drew it out, I knew that it was you told us it was the diameter, and then radius is half of the diameter.
Mm-hmm.
So it is half of the distance from the x and half of the distance from the y.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's basically trying to find the average or the midpoint. So it's 6 plus 12 divided by 2, you find the x coordinate, and negative 8 plus negative 16 divided by 2 to find the y coordinate.
Okay. Okay. That is a good way to explain. Aryan, what would be your approach to explain this? And assume your teacher is a 5th grader, okay? So you have to explain. Yeah.
So what I did is 6 to 12 was plus 6, and then we would divide 6 by 3, and then 6 plus 3 would give us the x coordinate of 9, and negative 8 to negative 16 is minus 8, and we divide negative 8 by 2, and so we do negative 8 minus 4 to get negative 12 for our y value.
Okay. Anjika, what would be your approach to explain that to your teacher who is a 5th grader?
It was basically a combination of everyone. I just kind of plugged it into the equation.
Okay. So let me. I know this is not a difficult problem, but sometimes we just probably overthink, and that is where it ends up taking more time. So I have 2 points. Okay. 6 and 12. Let's visualize this in the coordinate plane. 6, was it 6 and 12? Or no, 6 and what was the coordinate of the first point? 6 and minus
Negative 12.
negative 12. Okay. So 6 and negative 12. So it was somewhere here. Okay. 6. So on the y-axis it was, let's say it is 6, it is 12. It is 6, 12, 18, and it was 6 and negative 12. So this was my first point. And second point was 12 and minus 18. How will I draw that with the way I have put it here? Let me redo the work. And again, remember, you might notice me doing in a very dirty way where I'm doing something, scratching it again, doing it again. That's perfectly fine, because more you get your hands dirty, you can see my hands get dirty, right? When I'm rubbing it off with my hand. So minus 6 minus 12 minus 18. 6, 12, 18. Let's say 6, 12, 18, 24. Minus 6 minus 12 minus 18 minus 24. Okay. So I've got 2 points which says 6 and minus 12. So this is my first point. And second point says 12 and minus 18. So this is my second point. Okay. And eventually what the question says is, this is the diameter. Okay. These two points are the endpoints of the diameter. Now if you visualize this in see, I made it look like a man with glasses like me. Less hair and only glasses. Okay. Now these are 2 points. This is 12 minus 18 and this is 6 minus 9, right? This 6 and minus 9, right? Whatever it was. Now if you, yeah, Chris.
I think the first part was 6, negative 8.
Negative 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine. So 6 and negative 8 is my 1 point. And 12 minus 18 was my second point. And this is my circle. And these two are the diameter endpoints. So this is 6 minus 8, 12 minus 18. So what you see here is this. You have to find out this point. This point, if you draw perpendicular with the x and y axis. See, this point is the center, which will be halfway through the diameter. So that means the coordinates of this will be this minus this. That will give you the total length from here to here, and divide by 2. This part will be half of this. So you take this and do minus this and divide that by 2. That will give you the diameter. Again, if you visualize this right. So if you look at this part, what is the length from here to here? This length. It will be minus 18 or minus 8. It will be 10. So here to here is 10. You are talking about something which is midway, halfway through. So this will be 5. So minus 8 plus minus 5, or you just add these two, divide by 2. Similarly, on the s-axis, if you see, what is this distance here to here? Okay, my bad. So, okay, here, this is the y value, and this is this value. This is which is midway, which will be average of these two. So this plus this divided by 2. That will give you midpoint here. Similarly, if you look at the x coordinates, it will be again this value plus this value divided by 2, which will give you the midpoint. So this is the length you have, this is the length you have, and you are trying to find out something which is midway, which will be this plus this divided by 2, which will be the average of this. So that is how Ritika, Anjika and everybody were trying to do it. Right? So it becomes much easier, right? I mean, there's no critical maths here. You're just saying, okay, fine. If I have to visualize these 2 points, which happens to be the endpoints of the diameter also, I'm trying to find out this one. So whatever is the values, what is my y coordinate? So the total, this length plus this length divided by 2, which is going to give me the middle point here, and that will be my y coordinate. Likewise, x coordinate, this is the x coordinate of this endpoint, and this is x coordinate of this endpoint. So if I take the average of these two, that gives the middle point here. So that is how you will find it out. So it has nothing to do with the circle theorem or circle equation. You can find it by simple understanding of the coordinate planes and how what are the properties of a circle. I mean, obviously everybody knows. If you're talking about diameter, you know diameter is something which divides the circle into two equal parts. So the center would be the value of the coordinates of the center will be nothing but the average of what you see here. Had it been a circle like this, where if I would have given that, okay, there is a circle where coordinates are 12, comma, let's say, sorry, 6, comma 12, and let's say 20, comma 12. Then you know that, okay, it's horizontal line again, parallel to the x-axis. So that's why my y coordinates are same. So again, average of 12 and 12 will be 12 only. So you know that my y coordinate is nothing but 12 plus 12 by 2, which is nothing but 12. And x coordinate will be the total length from here to here is 20, and here to here is 6. So this length is 14. So half of that will be 7. So 6 plus 7, 13. You find it that way, or you just add this one, 6 plus 20, 26 divided by 2 is 30. Any which way. I mean, it all depends on how you visualize this. Once you put that in the coordinate plane and reference that with x and y axis, you'll be able to relate that and find it out. Did I explain that to the ones who were missing some steps, or I got you guys more confused?
I understood, sir.
Okay. How about you, Srivatsav?
I can understand it now, sir.
Okay. So, the thumb rule for solving any math is, it's two-step. First read the question and you start putting it on piece of paper based on what you understood. Because once you put it on the paper, then that gives you a lot of clues. We probably end up going wrong only in cases where we try solving everything in the mind and then we end up grappling with that. Okay? Now, this part is clear so far, right? So if you want, I mean, what is the circle equation? Everybody understood. How do we relate that with the coordinates of the center and any point of the perimeter? That part is understood. How is that derived? That we have seen. Now let's go to the next step. Okay. So now there was another thing that I was saying, that representing circle in the xy plane. That is something that we have already done. If you have to represent a circle in the xy plane, this is how you will do it, right? That we just learned this formula, x minus h square plus y minus k square equals r square, where r is the radius and h comma k is the coordinate of the center. Now, what do we mean by representing this in the xy plane? Nothing different from what we have done so far. You always put your xy, x and y coordinate, I mean put the graph in front, and then you look at, if you have an equation like this, okay, x minus 4 square plus y plus 7 square equals 49. And if you have to plot this in a coordinate plane, or if you have to visualize this in a coordinate plane, how will you do that? Now look at this equation. From this equation, what you see? What is the center here? Center's coordinates are 4, comma minus 7. Now tell me who did not get this thing. If I have this equation, x minus 4 square plus y plus 7 square equals 49, then I am saying my center's coordinates are 4 and minus 7. Anybody who is confused right now? And it's okay to be confused, okay? Is this right? Am I putting the coordinates of the center right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why so? Why not 7? Why minus 7? Somebody has to tell me that. I said this is my equation, x minus 4 square plus y plus 7 square equals to 49 is my equation of the circle. And I am saying my center's coordinates are 4 and minus 7. Why? Because if you compare that with this, when this is positive, that is where it is minus k. What is that we have here? Plus 7. That means there was this value, instead of k being 7, it was actually minus 7. That is how x minus 4, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, which is minus 7, equals 49. That is how this part became y plus 7 squared. Is that explanation understandable?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is why you have to be very careful. Okay. When you see the equation, you have to remember this, that this is x minus h and this is y minus k, where coordinates are h and k. If you ever see the value changing here, if it is not in the form of x minus h, if it is, you see a plus, that means this is a negative value for the x coordinate. If you see this becoming a positive, that means this is a negative value for the y coordinate. That is how it is, that value. So now, if you visualize this, if you have to visualize this circle in a coordinate plane, what will happen here? You found the x and y coordinate of the center as 4 and minus 7. Now, from this, what is the radius? From this equation, what is the value of the radius?
7.
Yeah. X minus h square plus y minus k square equals to radius square. 49 is nothing but 7 square. So your radius is 7. So you know that you are going to draw a circle which has radius 7, and then the coordinates are 4 and minus 7. So that means if this is 2, this is 4, this is 6, this is 8, and this is, let's say, minus 2, minus, or let's say minus 3, minus 6, minus 9. My center is 4 minus 7. So 4 minus 7. My center is somewhere here. This is my center. And if I have to draw a circle with radius 7, that means 11, somewhere here. We are talking about this kind of a circle, okay? So this is going outside my board. So basically, this is my coordinate plane, 3, 6, 9, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 4 minus 7. So 4 minus 7 is here. This is my center. And radius is 7. So it goes. This is the circle we are talking about. So in your exam, you will see that you are given either the equation or you are given the coordinates and the radius, and you have to visualize that in the coordinate plane. So you will have part of the information from which you have to derive what your coordinates are, what your radius is, and then see which of the option is actually fitting the bill. Is that part clear so far? Anjika, Dev?
Sir.
Yeah. Sarah, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Ritika? Srivatsa,
Yes.
Vaibhav?
Sir.
Dhanushri?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's do one thing. Let me give you guys a little bit of practice before we move on to the next part. Let's say I have a equation for a circle, or an equation represents a circle, which is x plus 4 square plus y minus 2 square equals 4. I want to know what is the radius. Radius equals what? What? Center's coordinates and I want to know which quadrant this circle fits in. Is it in one quadrant? Is it spanning across multiple quadrants? I want you guys to find it out for me. So which all quadrant? So this is, again, listen to the question carefully, okay? This is my equation. X plus 4 square plus y minus 2 square equals 4. I want you guys to find out what is the radius, which should be easy peasy. What is the coordinates of the center? Again, should be very easy. Now, next thing is I'm saying, tell me which quadrant or which all quadrant this the entire circle will fall into. If it's one quadrant, you will say, let's say if it's first quadrant, you'll say first quadrant. And I believe everybody knows, if I'm talking about which all quadrant, this is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, this is fourth quadrant. If my circle is going like this, that means it's first and fourth quadrant. If my circle is going like this, then it's first, second, third and fourth quadrant. So I want to know the answer from you guys. And you'll be able to solve it only when you do some dirty job like I do. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Ritika.
So the radius is 2 and then the center is -4, 2, 2 and then it should fall in the second quadrant.
Second quadrant, okay. And again, the request to everybody, nobody is a friend here. You solve math based on your understanding. So even if Ritika sounds very convincing, you do your work and let me know. Yeah, Chris.
Yes, sir. I got the same answer as well.
Okay. So Nihan, you have joined 8 minutes early. You'll end up learning circle equation then, or you can join after 8 minutes. Okay. Okay. Chris also got the same answer. Yeah, Praneeth, how about you?
Same answer, sir.
Same answer. Ishwari.
I also got the same answer.
Vaibhav. Same. Okay. How about you, Aryan?
I got the same answer, sir.
Okay. Ishwari got the same answer.
Yes, sir.
Nobody dares to contradict each other. Okay. Praneeth, same answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Neil, Sarah, Nanya, Anjika.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Same. Okay. And trust me, I mean, I have a very bad habit. I say I don't trust anybody. So even if each one of you say you got the same answer, I would still not trust anybody. I'll still do it just to confirm. Okay. So just in the interest of time, we just have 5 more minutes. I wanted to teach something else also, but probably I'll just allude to that and then let you guys go. So radius being 2, very simple. X minus x square plus y minus k square equals radius square. 4 is nothing but 2 square, so radius is 2. That part is clear. Now center coordinates is h and k, and that is where it fits with the equation x minus h plus y minus k square equals radius square. So here h is minus 4, that is how it is becoming plus 4. So my x coordinate is minus 4. Y coordinate, this is 2, so minus 4 comma 2. So this part is okay. Now let's minus 4 comma 2. This is my coordinates of the center. So minus 4. So it's minus, if 2, 4. So minus 4 comma 2. So this is 2, this is 4, this is 6. Minus 4 comma 2, this is my center. And my radius is 2. So by no means this guy is, so this is 2. So this distance is 2. So this is going to be like this. This is not going to go beyond the second quadrant. So now I can trust you guys that yeah, you get the right answer. If it would have been 9, then that would have gone beyond this point, and that would have been quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. But just because it's 2, it's not crossing the line. So what you guys said was supposed to be believed, and everybody got the answer right. Anybody in the class who's not clear about what we did or how it was to be solved? Any doubt? No? Alright. So with that being said, I will let you guys go, and I would want to save a few minutes for before I start the next class. Now in the next class, what we will cover will be what is left over from this class. Rewriting equation of circle in a standard form. So if we have some equation like x squared plus 2x plus 16 minus plus y squared minus 8y plus 17 equals 0. And if I say right, this is a standard form, we'll have to juggle with that to solve it. And that is what we'll do in the class tomorrow, and then we'll pick up another topic as well. So that brings us to the end of the class. I will let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll talk again tomorrow, same time.
Thank you, sir.
Alright. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.